There's been more violence at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Our reporter Dasen Thathiah has been monitoring the situation there. Good afternoon to you, Dasen. I understand things are quieter now. Just tell us exactly what you can see.
Sure, and that's right. In fact, what you see right now is a far cry from what the situation was here at the UKZN Westville campus earlier today. There's still very much a strong police presence just to ensure that nothing gets out of hand. But just to take you back to the early hours of this morning, there was actually a war that police and security officials were embroiled in with students. So to give you an idea of how this campus is laid out, just behind our camera is where the residences are, and behind me is where some of the admin blocks and as well as the lecture theatres are situated. So students had gathered near the residences and collected stones and bottles while police were monitoring the situation. As you know, there was a planned shutdown that was scheduled for today by students across the country, and I imagine that police were preparing for that. And during the early hours of the morning, earlier today, that's when students and police faced off, and they began throwing bottles and rocks out of the residences and then hiding out inside while police tried to search for them. So it was only later on in the day that they split up into little groups and then made their way across the campus. And this is quite a large campus. And they made their way across the campus, and there were different incidents throughout the entire area. And you had police then running after them. In fact, it looks like there were officers here from most of the units in Durban as well as the Metro Police. And they were also aided by the private security that's based at this campus. Students also managed to set fires to at least 3 different places in this on this campus. One of those was at the Student Services building, where they set furniture alight, but fortunately the security officers managed to get fire extinguishers and put those out. And it was after that that police decided that they needed to go into the residences just to try to track down the students that they felt had been behind the violence earlier.
I understand that the university also released a communique earlier. What exactly did they say in that, Dasen?
The university says that of its 5 campuses, and this is just one, lectures continued at the other venues, but they were concerned about the protests here. So according to their report that they've received from security officials, there were those fires I mentioned, as well as the violence that occurred earlier between police and students. But they say that there was also a vehicle that was overturned. So as a result of that, lectures here at the Westville campus were suspended. It's not clear at this point if students will actually be returning to campus tomorrow, but it seems that police will be standing by anyway, just to ensure that if they do turn up tomorrow, that the situation doesn't return to what it was today.
Dasen Thathiah, thanks very much for that update live to us from the Westville campus of UKZN.